Hey everyone, so for today's practice we're going to be doing a blend style class focusing on some balance. So for this one all you'll need is your yoga mat and one block, and let's go ahead and begin lying down on our backs. So if you can, start with the legs extended out. Let the arms just rest comfortably alongside you. And just allow the eyes to close. We'll start by simply tuning in to our surroundings. And begin to notice the temperature of the air on the skin. Notice the way the clothing feels touching your body. Notice the way your body feels touching your yoga mat or your floor. Notice the sensation of light or color filtering through the eyelids. And see if you can relax the shoulders a little bit. Now beginning to observe the breath filling the body from bottom to top. And releasing from top to bottom. Just allowing for that natural, free-flowing breath, this effortless quality of the breathing that we can maintain throughout the practice. And now sliding the legs together, swimming the arms all the way up and overhead. Now beginning to walk your legs to the right. So step your right leg to the right, your left, and then go as far as you can. And then do the same with the arms. So the arms and the upper torso are going to move to the right. Grab hold of your left wrist with your right hand and maybe even cross your right foot over your left. I'm just going to enjoy this nice side body stretch here, supine moon. You can let the neck completely relax here. And so with this one, we want to make sure that we're not leaning. Instead, the whole back line of the body is still on the mat. I'm just getting a nice side bend. Notice as you breathe into the ribs, that light stretch, and the muscles that are in between each and every rib, our intercostal muscles. Maybe feeling this in the lats on that left side as well. And slowly coming back to center. And we'll do the same thing other side. So walk the legs and the feet to the left as far as they'll go without rolling. And do the same with the arms and the upper torso there. And then grab your right wrist with your left hand and just encourage a deeper stretch. Maybe cross your left foot over your right. And again, you can just let the head relax here. Just notice that breath, and not just in the belly, but notice the ribs expanding as we breathe in. Noticing that space being created. Slowly come back through center. And let's just place a bend in the knees. Gently hug those knees in towards the chest. Maybe rock side to side. And now we'll slowly make our way all the way up to a child's pose. So finding your way there, big toes can touch, knees out nice and wide, stretching those arms out in front of you, and just resting the forehead down on the floor. And just taking a few breaths here, this new plane, just noticing that breath is still with us. And as we inhale, let's rise to hands and knees. And we'll take a few rounds of cat-cow here. So as we inhale, we're dropping the belly, lifting the gaze, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. And as we exhale, just tucking the tail, rounding the spine, and dropping the head. We'll just keep going back and forth through the spine. Noticing how that feels. And taking just one more. Good, and then bringing those big toes to touch again, sinking the hips back towards the heels, stretching the arms out in front of you. Good, now we're going to take a little bit deeper back bend here. So really stretch the arms out in front of you. Keep the big toes to touch for now. As we inhale, come forward, drop the hips, separate the toes, and we'll find our way into this cobra variation. And then as we exhale, tap the toes, sink the hips back towards the heels. Inhale, come forward, drop the hips, separate the toes. Exhale, bring the toes together, sink the hips back towards the heels. One more. Inhale, come forward, drop the hips, lift the gaze. And exhale, tap the toes together, sink the hips back towards the heels. Good. This time, inhale, come forward, tuck the toes, find downward facing dog. We're going to go for one more back bend here. So let's just set ourselves up a nice long downward facing dog. Hug the upper arm bones in. And almost think of yourself here like a wave. So as we inhale, we're going to lift our heels, lift our hips, begin to round through the low back, upper back, come all the way forward. And then drop the hips down, lift the chest, relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. Inhale, lift the hips, and find your way back to downward facing dog. And we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift the heels, lift the hips, roll the spine forward, and then drop the hips, lift the chest, relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. One more time. Inhale, lift the hips, relax the heels. And inhale, lift the heels, roll forward, drop the hips, lift the gaze. Good. And then just drop the knees here and find your way to a table pose. Good. Now, for this one, we're going to hug our upper arm bones in. We want to be really steady here, so squeeze the belly in and reach for your yoga block. And we're just going to take this block and place it on our sacrum the shortest possible way. So just notice that there. We want to make sure it's not in the small of the back. So if it is, the likelihood that it's going to fall is a little bit greater. So again, we want it right on the sacrum. Begin to engage the belly, hug those upper arm bones in, and now sneak your right leg back and begin with just letting your right toes rest on the floor. Good. Once you have that, as you inhale, lift your right leg up as high as it will go without the block falling. And then extend the left arm forward. And just a few more breaths here. Really keeping that block steady. Good. As you exhale, drop the left hand and the right toes down to the mat. Reach back, release the block. And let's just press back into that right heel now. Get a nice stretch in the right calf muscle. Drop the head. Good. Inhale, come forward. Pivot and plant that right heel. And take the right arm all the way up in the air. As we inhale, rise up. Bring the arms out to a T, so we're in this gate pose now. And as we exhale, drop the right hand down the right leg, left arm all the way up and over that left ear. As you inhale, stretch the right hand up to catch hold of the left. Interlace all of the fingers except for the pointer fingers, and then lean back just a little bit more. Good. As we inhale, come back through center, and now lean to the left. We really want to feel maybe the outer right hip muscle, the obliques on that right side, getting a little bit of work there. Keep breathing. Inhale, rise back up, release the arms. As we exhale, drop the left hand down, raise the right leg and the right arm all the way up and over that right ear. Good. As we exhale, drop the right hand down, square the hips. And then send that right leg all the way over to the left. Tap the toes down on the ground. Look over that left shoulder. Good, and now sneak the right knee behind the left knee and sink back for a cross-legged child's pose. We'll hang out here for a few breaths, still just warming up the body. Inhale, come forward, unwind the legs. Good. And reach for your yoga block. And we're going to set that on our low back again, actually below the low back on the sacrum. And just find that stability here. So hug the upper arm bones in. Hug the belly in. Push the floor away from you. And now we're just going to sneak that left leg back and drop the toes to the floor. Begin to engage the muscles of your left thigh and lift that left leg up off the ground. Take the right arm forward, again, thumb facing ceiling. Breathe. And 2 more breaths. Good. Drop the right hand and the left toes down to the floor. Reach back, grab for that yoga block, set to the side, and push back through the left heel. Drop the weight of the head down and just get that nice calf stretch in that left side. Inhale, come forward, pivot and plant the left heel. And let's take our left arm all the way up in the air and just kickstanding that right knee back behind you. As we inhale, rise up, arms come out to a T. As you exhale, drop the left hand down the left leg, right arm all the way up and over. Good, reach up with that left hand, interlace the fingers with the right, and stretch back a little bit more. Inhale, come back through center, and as you exhale, lean to the right. So now we're getting those obliques again on that left side. They should really be firing up now. Inhale, come up, release the arms. Exhale, drop the right hand down, lift the left leg and left arm all the way up and over that left ear. Good. As we exhale, drop the left hand down, square the hips, and then take the left leg all the way over to the right. Look over that right shoulder. Good, and then inhale, come back through center, and sneak the left knee behind the right knee. Press back to that cross-legged child's pose. Good. Inhale, come forward, unwind the legs, tuck the toes, and let's find a downward facing dog. Lift those hips all the way up and back. Inhale, rise to the tippy toes. And exhale, press the heels down towards the floor. If you can get the heels to touch the floor, maybe lift the toes, but remember it's not important for the heels to touch the floor. Inhale, lift the heels. And exhale, press the heels down. Good, how about one more? Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, step forward between the hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, wrap the hands behind the calf muscles and gently pull your way into a nice deep stretch. Good, press into the feet. Inhale, swim the arms all the way up and overhead. And exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, top of a push-up. Take an inhale here. Exhale, drop the heels to the right. Keep both hands down on the floor. Push up through the underside of that right hip there. So a little oblique targeting again. Good. Inhale, rise to the toes. And exhale, press, drop the heels to the left. Keep both hands on the floor. Press both hands into the floor. Lift up through that left side body. Good. Inhale, rise to the tippy toes. Come forward onto the toes. And as we exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, just a few more breaths here. Inhale, rise to the tippy toes. And exhale, step forward between the hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise all the way up and overhead. And exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, top of a push-up. And take your inhale. Exhale, drop both heels to the left, right. Pause here. Good, and then as you inhale now, take your left arm up. As we exhale, we're going to sweep the left hand down and kind of dip the hips down a little bit. And then inhale, sweep the left arm all the way up and over that left ear. Good, exhale, dip the hips down just a little bit. Inhale, take the left arm all the way up and over. One more time, dip the hips down. Inhale, take the arm all the way up and overhead. And then exhale, top of a push-up. Take your inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, let's take the right leg up in the air. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands and drop the left knee. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, shift the hips back. Keep those right toes down on the floor, drop the head. Inhale, come forward, lift the gaze. Exhale, shift the hips back, keep the toes rooted down on the floor. One more time, bend into that right knee, look forward. And this time as we exhale, shift the hips back, lift those right toes and maybe walk the hands back in space, dropping the weight of the head down. Good. Inhale, come forward. And now we're going to take our right hand inside of our right foot. And before we move at all, really root down through your right foot and imagine dialing your right foot to the right so that we feel this sense of stability in the right leg. And then walk your hands to the left. So don't change anything about that right leg and kind of melt down here. Good, one more breath. Good. And then slowly walk the hands back through center, surround that right foot, tuck the left toes, let's lift the left knee. And as we inhale, take the right arm all the way up in the air. Good, as you exhale, drop the right hand down, pivot and plant the left heel. And as we inhale, swim the arms all the way up to a warrior two. Good. And then bring the hands to the hips here. And I just want to bring some awareness to the muscles that help us balance. So take 2 or 3 fingers and just place them right in the center of your glutes there on the front leg, the right leg. And kind of just gently press in and actually move the fingers to the right just a tad. Good. Now go ahead and start to rotate the front knee in and out. You might notice some engagement as you rotate the knee out. This is our gluteus medius muscle working to externally rotate the leg and help to plug it into the socket. Good. And then bring the knee back out and drop the fingertips down about 1 inch and then come out lateral about 1 inch, so to the right again. We're gonna do that same thing. So dip the knee in, open it up, and now what we're feeling is our piriformis muscle. So the gluteus medius and the piriformis muscle, we want to stay connected to these muscles as we start to do standing balancing poses. Good, so rotate it out and then bring the arms out to a T. See if you can keep the engagement in those right glutes and the piriformis muscle on that right side. Something else that might be helpful is imagining, again, dialing those right toes to the right. Good. Now as you inhale, keep that engagement, straighten the right leg, bring the arms all the way up and overhead, interlace all of the fingers except for the pointer fingers, and lean back. Good. As we inhale, come forward, and exhale, lean to the right. Good. Keep the engagement in the right glutes. Inhale, come on up, warrior two. Exhale, swim the hands down to the floor, pivot onto the ball of that left foot, and let's step that left foot up to the outside of the right foot at the front of the mat and drop in. And just taking a few breaths here. Good. As you inhale, lift and lengthen, uncross the legs. Exhale, fold. Good. Relax the knees. Inhale, swim the arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, top of a push-up. And take an inhale. Exhale, drop the heels to the left. And go ahead, raise that right arm all the way up. Take an inhale. As we exhale, dip the hips down, float the arm forward. And then inhale, lift that right hip up and take the right arm overhead. Exhale, dip the hip just a little bit. Inhale, lift the hip, swim the arm overhead. And one more, dip the hip down. Good, lift the arm up, lift the hip up. Good, exhale, top of a push-up and chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's raise that left leg up in the air. Exhale, step the foot between the hands and drop the right knee. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, shift the hips back, keep those left toes down on the mat. Inhale, come forward, gaze forward. Exhale, shift the hips back. How about one more? Inhale, come forward, look forward. And this time as we exhale, shift the hips back, walk the hands back, go ahead and let those left toes lift up. And just allow the torso to kind of melt over the thigh. Good, slowly rebend into that left knee, crawl the hands forward, And now we'll sneak that left hand inside of the left foot. Imagine again, dialing the left foot out. This is gonna keep the leg from moving as we now walk our hands to the right and relax down here. So it's kind of like downward facing dog in the upper body, a nice low lunge in the lower body. Slowly walk the hands back through center. Let's tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. And as we inhale, take that left arm straight up towards the ceiling. Good. Exhale, drop the left hand down, pivot and plant that right heel. Inhale, swim the arms all the way up to our warrior two. And then we can just bring the hands to the hips here for this one. So again, we're just gonna, on this side, just the first time here, feel our way through. So kind of just feel the center of your glutes with your fingers, push in, and actually move out to the left just a little bit. And go ahead and relax and engage that muscle. So drop the knee in, take the knee forward. You should be able to feel that sense of engagement now in the gluteus medius. Good. And then drop the fingers down about an inch and come out about an inch and do the same thing. Good, so now we're feeling that piriformis muscle. Good, so keep that, bring the arms out to a T, keep that engagement in that left side, and then straighten the left leg. Inhale, swim the arms all the way up and overhead, interlace all of those fingers except the pointer fingers and stretch the arms up. And as we exhale, lean back. Good. Inhale, come up and lean to the left. Keep those muscles engaged. Good. Inhale, rise up to warrior two. Exhale, swim the hands down to surround that left foot, pivot onto the ball of the right foot, and let's step the right foot to the outside of the left at the front of the mat, and go ahead and melt in. Good, inhale, lift and lengthen, uncross the legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swim the arms all the way up and overhead. And exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, top of a push-up. And take an inhale. Exhale, drop the heels to the right, raise that left arm up. Good, exhale, drop the left hand down, come up onto the tippy toes. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop the heels to the left, raise that right arm up. Good, drop the right hand down, come up onto those tippy toes. And as we exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's inhale, take the right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. This time, don't drop that back knee. Inhale, come up onto the fingertips, look forward. As we exhale, shift the hips up and back, leave those right toes down. Inhale, bend into that right knee, look forward. Exhale, shift the hips up and back, relax the left heel. One more bend into that right knee, look forward. And as we exhale, shift the hips up and back. See if you can lift those right toes and maybe even walk the hands back just a tad. Good, re-bend into that right knee. Pivot and plant the left heel. And as we inhale, arms come all the way up to our warrior two. Good, inhale, straighten that right leg, engage the muscles, interlace the hands. As we exhale, lean back.
Good, as we inhale, come forward and lean forward. Good. Inhale, come up, find warrior two. And now we're gonna drop our right fingertips down to the floor. I like using a block for this one. So a block at any level. And just slide your left leg up in the air. So for this one, we're really looking to engage the muscles in that right leg. So think about the piriformis and the gluteus medius on that right side really working. Good. See if you can take that left arm all the way up and over the left ear. Couple more breaths. If you're on a block or the floor, maybe come up onto your fingertips here. Good, and now soften into that right knee. Step that left leg back, safely landing in our warrior two. And as we exhale, let's swim the hands down to the floor. This time, send the right leg back, top of a push-up. Take an inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise to the tippy toes. Exhale, step forward between the hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise all the way up and overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, top of a push-up. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop the heels to the left, raise the right arm up. Good, drop the right hand down, come up onto the toes. And now drop the heels right, lift that left arm up. Good, exhale, drop the left hand down, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale through to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, left leg lifts. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Don't drop that right knee. Come up onto the fingertips, gaze forward, inhale. Exhale, shift the hips up and back, leave those left toes down. Inhale, come forward, bend into that left knee. Exhale, shift the hips up and back. One more time, bend into the knee. And this time as you shift the hips up and back, see if you can lift your left toes and maybe walk your hands back a few inches. Good. Rebend into that left knee. Let's pivot and plant the right heel. Inhale, rise all the way up to our warrior two. Good, straighten the left leg, bring the arms all the way up and overhead, interlace all of those fingers except the pointer fingers, and lean back. Good, inhale, come back through center, and as we exhale, we'll lean to the left. Inhale, rise up to warrior two, and as we exhale, let's go for that half moon. So again, if you would like to grab a block, you can. Sneak that right leg up in the air, and then take the right arm up in the air. And really think about dialing in the muscles on that left side. Slide the right arm all the way up and over that right ear if you can. Maybe come up onto those left fingertips. Good, and then with control, bend that left knee, step the right leg towards the back of the mat, warrior two. And as we exhale, swim the hands down to the floor, step the left leg back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more round. Inhale, rise to the tippy toes. Exhale, step jumper, float to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swim the arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Inhale, arms rise. Leave the left arm up and let's just drop the right hand down the right leg and lean over to the right. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, drop the left arm down and lean to the left. Good. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step, jump, maybe float back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, take that right leg up. This time as we exhale, bring the right knee towards the right shoulder. Inhale, extend the leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take that right leg up. Exhale, take the right knee towards the left shoulder. Inhale, take the leg up. Exhale, step the foot forward, come up onto the fingertips. Hug your right hip in, float the arms forward for lightning bolt. Good, push into that right foot, and then just peel the torso away from that right thigh. Try not to change anything about that right leg at all. Good, warrior two, drop that left heel, open those arms to a T. Good. This time let's just reverse the warrior. Left arm down, take that right arm all the way up, look underneath that right arm. As we exhale, half moon pose with or without your prop there. Just be mindful of that front foot. Maybe come up onto the fingertips. Good. This time, maybe extend your right arm forward and your left arm. Couple more breaths. Good. Warrior two. Phew. Exhale, swim the hands down just around that right foot. Slide it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just a few breaths here. We have one more side. Good. Inhale, rise to the tippy toes. Exhale, step, jump, or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise all the way up and overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart, our last time standing. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, take the left hand down that left leg. Right arm reaches all the way over that right ear. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, other side. Good. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step, jump, or float back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee towards that left shoulder. Inhale to extend the leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take the leg up. And exhale, left knee towards right shoulder. Inhale to extend the leg. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands, come up onto the fingertips, and lightning bolt pose. Breathe. As you inhale, peel the belly away from the thigh, arms rise up. Crescent warrior. Good. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Good. As you inhale, come forward. We'll find our final half moon pose with or without your block. Maybe come up onto the fingertips of that left hand. Squeeze the glutes in on that left side. Maybe float that left arm forward. Maybe take the right arm overhead. Good. And warrior two. Exhale, take the hands down to the floor. Slide that left leg back. Final chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, let's stretch those outer hip muscles and glutes out now. So inhale, take that right leg up. Exhale, pigeon pose. See if you can draw the right knee towards the right wrist. And you'll just walk that left leg back. Now this front leg, it can be at an angle. I like mine at an angle. I know some of you like a little deeper stretch, so you could take the front shin to be parallel to the front of the mat. But choose your own way there and find your way into a nice, relaxing pigeon pose. And just start to regulate that breath again. The effort part of the practice is over. I'll take about 5 more breaths here. Slowly press your way up. Keep your bend in your front leg and just slide your left leg around. See if you can cross your right foot over your left thigh. Interlace the hands over that left shin, sit up nice and tall. Good, really dropping down, getting heavy in that left hip. And then we'll take a twist to our left. So you can either wrap your right arm around your left shin and take your left hand behind you. Maybe we want a little deeper twist and we hook the right elbow outside of that left knee. Look forward, slowly unwind, slide the left leg back, followed by the right, find a downward facing dog. Inhale, take that left leg up. And exhale, bring the left knee towards the left wrist and find your way into your pigeon pose here. If you still have your block nearby and would prefer to rest your head on the block, sometimes that's really nice. About 5 more full breaths here. that left hip, slide the right leg around in front of you so you can stack it outside of the left thigh. Interlace the hands over that right shin, sit up nice and tall. And then let's try to twist to the right, maybe just grabbing hold of the right shin or the right knee with the elbow. If you like that deeper twist, go ahead and hook the elbow and just looking back behind you. Look forward, unwind. This time we can just lean back, uncross the legs, stretch them out in front of you. Inhale, take the arms straight up in the air. And exhale, fold forward. Slowly lift the head, lift the torso. We're going to lay down onto our backs. And just kind of notice how everything's feeling, if there's any fatigue in the back at all. And slowly bring the knees in towards the chest. And stretch the arms out to a T. Let's drop the knees to the right as we look to the left. If this feels good, stay here. You can also take your right hand and rest it on your left thigh for just a little bit deeper stretch. Inhale, look up, bring the legs back up. And as you exhale, take the knees to the left and look to the right. Maybe rest your left hand on your right thigh. As you inhale, look up, bring the knees back through center. Grab hold of the knees and just round in, bring the forehead towards the knees. And then release everything down, finding your way into a comfortable position for Shavasana. Allow the eyes to close. Relax the whole body. Enjoy this brief Shavasana. Slowly begin to deepen the breath. Just moving the fingers and the toes. Rolling the wrists and the ankles. And gently turning the head from side to side. Slowly sliding the legs together, stretching the arms overhead. Give yourself a nice deep stretch. And as we exhale, gently bring the knees in towards the chest. And then slowly just rock your way on up to seated. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste.